Hi Chris, hope you're alright mate. Thank you so much for having me on the channel. You've asked me to send you over a clip of all things Leeds related. My name is Conor McGilligan and my channel on YouTube is One Leeds Fan Channel. So any of you Spurs fans that want some additional Leeds United content, head over there and see my thoughts on the game coming up at the weekend. So I've been asked by Chris to send you my thoughts on a couple of questions, so I'm just going to reel them off now. What are your thoughts on Leeds' season so far? So to be honest Chris, it's been a mixed bag, but overall it's been absolutely fantastic. If you look at it sort of holistically, 23 points for a newly promoted team. I think it's a record amount of points in the past sort of 5 or 6 years, so you can't really grumble at that. It's been very, very good. We've had some hide-ins in there. I think Leicester stands out. Palace was, the scoreline sort of flattered Palace. It wasn't a 4-1. And obviously Manchester United, which we'll all know about, 6-2, but we still had 17 shots at Old Trafford. So the beauty about Leeds United is we go into every game to win. And I don't think you see that with a lot of promoted sides. A lot of it is coming up and sticking 11 men behind the ball and hoping for the best, a la West Brom against Liverpool and Manchester City. Leeds, I feel, are a little bit of a breath of fresh air, and we're giving a lot of justification to our plaudits, to be honest. Like 11th is very good at this moment in time for Leeds United. So who have been Leeds' standout players for me? Chris and Spurs fans, I think Rafinha, who we signed from Rennes in the summer, is going under the radar, and it's brilliant that he's going under the radar. For me, they all talk about Pepe at Arsenal, and you'll love this, but Pepe at Arsenal couldn't lace Rafinha's boots. He's 10 times the player and about 20 times less the price. So what a player he is. He's a winger. Very tricky, coordination very good, balance very good, left, right, can head the ball as well, exceptional player. Calvin Phillips, who you'll know all about, just literally makes us tick, and you'll see him at the weekend if he gets into his stride. He sprays balls left, sprays balls right. He's very dynamic, very good on the ball, fluid, strong, physically good. And I think Tottenham were trying to actually put a bid in for him last year or a year or two ago, but Leeds rejected it. Very, very good player. And probably Rodrigo as well. Rodrigo we signed from Valencia in the summer as well, who's been a brilliant buy. My thoughts on Tottenham, Jose, and your season so far ahead of the Spurs-Leeds game. I think Tottenham have turned it around big time. I know the past 4 games have been a bit difficult for you, but last year I would have gone to Spurs and thought we can do these. Like, not easily, but I think our style of play would have worked very well against Tottenham Hotspur. This season, very good at the back, and the counter-attacking prowess of Son, Bergwijn, Kane, obviously got Bale off the bench, Lo Celso and Ndombele, who has been brilliant this year. I think Ndombele has been the biggest highlight so far for me. I know a lot of people talk about Kane and Son, but Ndombele looks very, very good. We always knew he was very good when he was signed, but I don't think he got into the rhythm of things. But Tottenham look very good, very good. Definitely assured of a top 4 space for me, and maybe even a top 3, who knows. Or this season, you never know, do you? But maybe you'll just miss out. Jose Mourinho's definitely got you well oiled though, and it's a big worry for Leeds fans going into this game. As I've said, which Tottenham players perhaps worry me, I think it is those 3. I really like Reguilon as well at left back. I think he gives you that balance that Tottenham haven't had for a number of years now. I don't think Rose and Davis were up to it, but Reguilon has been very good there. Serge Aurier has developed as well. I still think there's a mistake in him which Leeds can definitely exploit though. Score prediction, I would probably go for, if I'm optimistic, it's going to be a 2-2, but I think it's going to be a really tough game for Leeds. I think you're made very, very tailor-made for Leeds United, really. Sit in and hit us with devastating counter-attacks, so apologies there. I think it's going to be a really tough game for Leeds United, and one that hopefully we can just get through, and I'm not 100% sure on how it's going to go, to be honest, but yeah. My predicted lineup you've asked for as well. In goal, Illan Meslier, who is our French international goalkeeper, similar to Hugo Lloris. I think he's probably the next in line to Lloris. Right back, Stuart Dallas. Centre backs, Luke Ayling and Pascal Struijk. Left back is going to be Özcan Alioski. Defensive midfield will be Calvin Phillips. Right side will be Rafinha. Central midfield will be Click and Rodrigo. Left side, Jack Harrison. And up top, the goal machine, Patrick Bamford. Cheers, mate. Really appreciate the collaboration of the channels. Spurs, good luck for the rest of the season after this game, and I'll see you in a bit.
How are we doing, guys? It's Oscar from All Leeds TV, and my thoughts on Leeds' season so far is that it's been a fantastic start to the season for us. You know, not just results, the performances have been absolutely outstanding. I think going into the season, I always had confidence that we'd be able to, translate the same style of football into the higher league. Ultimately, there's been a couple of games where we've been heavily defeated, and we're under no illusions that that was going to happen. In terms of the style we play, it's very high risk. We play with a very high line, we high press teams, and any teams that are able to kind of play through the press, can beat us. We're under no illusions about that. In terms of the differences in quality, it's massive. But, to look at it from a positive point of view, in terms of results, we're mid-table, absolutely fantastic for us in terms of the budget we're working on, the first season in the Premier League, for 16 years. It's been a fantastic start for us, and I think performance-wise, over the first 16 games, I think we probably deserve to have more points than what we actually have, to be fair, if I'm being totally honest. But yeah, look, the way we play is high risk, but I think it's been a super start to the season for us ourselves. In terms of our standout players so far this season, I think there's a number of players you can look at. I think obviously Ilan Meslier in goal has been outstanding. He's made crucial saves at crucial times for us in games. I think pretty much every game this season, he's made a world-class save, at least one or two world-class saves every game. And yeah, he's been crucial for us. Luke Cowlin, who is normally a right-back, as I'm sure you guys will be aware, he has actually moved to centre-back last couple of games. And he looks like he's played centre-back his whole career, really. And he's been absolutely outstanding himself. Calvin Phillips, Calvin Phillips has really stepped up into this league fine. Considering he's had an injury mid-season as well, he's come back from that injury and he's been absolutely superb every single game since then, in all honesty. Mateusz Klich started the season really well. A bad last couple of games, but I think against West Brom he was absolutely outstanding. And hopefully that is Mateusz Klich returning to top form as well. Rafinha, who we've brought in from Rennes in France, he's been absolutely superb as well. 13 million, an absolute bargain for us. A player who is just mesmerises the skill he has. The ability, to take on players, create chances, score goals. He just gives you that wow factor on the football pitch. He's one of those players where you can just focus on him and be entertained because he's just an entertainer in terms of what he does, but plenty of end products as well. Patrick Bamford, I think Patrick Bamford's got to be the number one for me. He is the main standout player for me. 10 goals already in the Premier League, 10 goals in 16 games. He's breaking records in terms of hitting 10 goals so quickly for a newly promoted team. And he actually achieved that against Burnley. He's been absolutely superb, considering he doesn't actually take the set pieces for us as well. The fact he's got so many goals is a very impressive start to the season for him. And he's probably been number one for me, has been Patrick Bamford so far. My thoughts on Tottenham and Jose Mourinho is that when you play the style of football Jose Mourinho plays, you've got to win football matches. You can't play the style of football's fine if you're winning, but if you're not winning games and you're playing that kind of counter-attacking, sitting back kind of style, defending in a low block, you've got to win games. You've got to win games at the end of the day, and that's all I'll probably kind of say on Jose Mourinho. As far as I'm concerned, Tottenham will win a trophy this season. I've no doubt about that. It's what Jose Mourinho does. Even at Manchester United, where supposedly he had a poor spell, he won so many trophies in his first couple of seasons. Europa League, League Cup, Community Shields. He won a lot of trophies in that first period, and obviously I think that's the number one aim for Tottenham. At the minute, it has to be to win trophies at the end of the day, and that is what Jose Mourinho promises, really. There's no doubt about that. He promises to win trophies. So for me, whether he can win a Premier League title at Tottenham, whether he can deliver a title race, I'm not so sure at this moment in time. I think he still needs a couple more players. I think he probably needs another centre half, possibly another right back. But I think other than that, I think Tottenham, in terms of collective quality, have got it in them to push for the title this season. I think in terms of how they've started the season, certainly first 2 or 3 months, there's no doubt the quality's there. You've got Son and Kane, you've got goals pretty much every game. There's no doubt about that either. And for me, yeah, Tottenham can have a really good season, but they will win a trophy under Mourinho. Whether it's the Europa League, League Cup, they will win a trophy this season. Whether they can win the Premier League, I'm not so sure, but we will wait and see. That's one thing Mourinho promises. He might not leave you in a fantastic place after a certain number of years, but he will win you trophies as far as I'm concerned. Which players worry me going into this game? Well, Kane and Son is the obvious two. I don't really need to explain why that is the case, but I've always ranked those two players as being among the top forwards in this league. Jose Mourinho's got them to the top level now. You know, the top level now in terms of producing week in, week out. And I think they've always had that quality to do that, particularly Son. You know, I don't think we've always seen that complete consistency from Son, but for me, he's been the best player in the league so far this season. Ndombele, we have to talk about. You know, I think obviously that's probably the less obvious one in terms of maybe any Leeds fans watching this, but Ndombele, for me, whenever I've watched Tottenham this season, has been absolutely outstanding. I saw him a couple of times for Lyon in the Champions League before he signed for Tottenham. I always knew he was a top quality player. Maybe it didn't work out so well in the first season, but this season he's hitting top form. I still don't think Mourinho's playing him in his best position. I think he's better coming from deep and progressing play rather than playing higher up the pitch behind Kane and Son. I don't think he's necessarily number 10. I think he's suited playing deeper on the pitch, really. Højbjerg, I think, again, another player who I kind of picked out at the start of the season and thought he'd be a top signing for Tottenham, and it's very much proven to be the case. You know, he's given Tottenham that important presence in midfield, both on and off the ball. Reguilon, again, you know, been very impressive as well. But for me, the obvious ones are Son and Kane. But those three as well are very good support acts, you know, to Son and Kane. It's a very good starting 11 Tottenham have, and there's no doubt about that. I mean, in terms of score prediction, it's a tough one. It is a really tough one. I think the first goal is so important in this game. If Tottenham score first and we've got to chase the game, you know, in attack with, you know, attacking waves, you know, push both fullbacks really high up the pitch, I do become a bit fearful of a heavy defeat for us. But I do feel the way we've started games the last couple of weeks, you know, West Brom, Burnley, we scored in the first 10 minutes. We are starting games really well. Of course, if you ignore that Manchester United game where we were 2 down after 3 minutes. But we are, in general, over the last couple of months, we've started games really well. You know, in terms of creating chances early doors and dominating the games a lot. And I think we'll have a lot of the ball against Tottenham because obviously Mourinho is very much playing off the counter-attack at this moment in time. I think he will allow us to have a lot of the ball. But we are being very efficient with how we use the ball at the moment. So I see us creating chances and possibly getting the first goal. But ultimately, I can't ignore Tottenham's quality going forward. So I'm going to go with a draw for this game. I'm going to go for 1-1. In terms of predicted starting 11, Marcelo Bielsa has got a big reputation for being very loyal to players. There's no problem with that at all. As Leeds United fans, we love that about Marcelo Bielsa. And the team is very likely to be the same one that beat West Bromwich Albion 5-0 earlier in the week. So we're going to expect, on the basis that Tottenham set up in the 4-2-3-1, because Marcelo Bielsa always reacts to how many centre-forwards the opposition has. Presuming it is just Harry Kane up top, I'd imagine it'll be a back four from us in a 4-1-4-1 shape. So it'll be Ilan Medlier in goal. Right back will be Stuart Dallas. Left back, Johnny Alioski. Centre backs will probably be Luke Ayling and Pascal Struijk. Holding midfield will be Calvin Phillips. On the right hand side, Rafinha. And then probably have 2 number 8s playing just ahead of Calvin Phillips of Mateusz Klich and Rodrigo Moreno. Left hand side will be Jack Harrison. And up top will be Patrick Bamford. Probably the only thing of any certainty going into this game will be Leeds United starting 11. It'll be a fantastic game. I can't wait for it. You've got 2 tactical geniuses coming face to face in this game. It'll be an absolutely massive game. Could be a crucial one in terms of shaping Tottenham's season, and it could be a crucial one in terms of shaping our season as well. Because to be fair, if we do win the game, not that I'm expecting us to win the game, if we do, we actually go level on points with Tottenham. That represents a fantastic start to the season for Leeds United. But ultimately, I respect the quality that Tottenham possess and the tactical genius that is Jose Mourinho. So it'll be a great game. No matter what, it'll be a great game, this one.